Snakes with venom are one of the most feared creatures on the world. These snakes possess poison that they may inject in their victims via specialized fangs. These venomous snakes have been dreaded around the world. There are about 600 poisonous snake species. Around 200 snake species are known to be capable of causing damage to people. This represents fewer than 10% of all snakes globally. Each year, 7,000 to 8,000 people in the United States are bitten by poisonous snakes, and only 5 to 6 of these people die. In our today's video, we will be looking into the top 10 most venomous and deadliest snakes. Number 10. King Cobra. The king cobra is the world's longest poisonous snake, reaching a maximum length of 5.5 meters. The species is found mostly in wooded regions throughout Asia, from India through Southeast Asia, and onto the Philippines and Indonesia. Spreading its neck flap, lifting its head erect, puffing, and hissing are all part of the king cobra's threat show. Despite its terrifying reputation, the king cobra prefers to avoid human contact if possible. When provoked, it is able to strike a target from a great distance and from a great height. Instead of biting and fleeing, it may hold its bite and inject a huge amount of venom, causing a medical emergency. A single bite from a king cobra contains enough venom to kill an elephant in a matter of hours. The reproductive cycle of king cobras is rather unique. Following the female's egg-laying, both parents will defend the nest. Number 9. Sawscaled Viper. While the Sawscaled Viper is not the most poisonous snake in the world, it is one of the most lethal. They are small, angry, and aggressive. These vipers are a prominent source of snake bite injuries in India because of their nature. Their venom, like that of many other vipers, contains chemicals that affect blood coagulation and cause tissue destruction. Bites can be fatal and should be treated immediately with antivenom. They hunt tiny animals, amphibians, arthropods, reptiles, and small snakes using their venom. Sawscaled vipers are brown, tanned, or mahogany-colored mosaics. They frequently conceal themselves in sand with only their head showing, making them difficult to identify. When approached, they produce a loud rasping sound as they rub their scales together. Number 8. Bluelipped Sea Crate. This brightly colored 4-foot-long serpent, found among coral reefs and rocky places in Southeast Asia's sea coasts, was the first poisonous sea snake described by Linnaeus, the founder of taxonomy, in his famous 1735 book, Systema Naturae. Bluelipped crates are gentle and sluggish to bite. They inject venom that is mostly composed of postsynaptic neurotoxins. This venom has little or no local impact, but can induce paralysis, muscular injury, or bleeding within hours. The snakes are well known for their unusual method of staying warm, curling up in wedge-tailed shearwater nesting burrows. According to research, the snakes exploit the heat produced by the shorebirds to boost their own body temperatures by 10 degrees. Number 7. Death Adder. The death adder is a very poisonous elapid snake that may be found in Australia, New Guinea, and other parts of the world. It is regarded one of the world's deadliest snakes, and its genus has about 7 distinct species. Despite its viper-like look, the death adder belongs to the elapid family of snakes, which also contains cobras and black mambas. Death adders have triangular skulls and tiny scales on their bodies and are relatively short. They also have huge teeth and a lure that resembles a tiny worm at the end of their tail. The death adder's skin is usually black or gray in color. The venom of the death adder is a very lethal neurotoxin. Death adder bites are very dangerous and can result in death in as little as 6 hours if care is not sought. Number 6. Black Mamba. The black mamba lives in Africa, especially arid bushlands in eastern Africa, where it hunts animals and injects a very deadly venom. Often referred to as the world's quickest snake, it is really beaten into second place by the sidewinder. The black mamba is a thin, agile snake that can attain speeds of up to 19 kilometers per hour in brief bursts over open terrain. As with sidewinder, the black mamba gains velocity by lateral undulation, moving in an S form and pushing off things in its path. The black mamba's mix of speed, poison, and aggressive attitude makes it a feared snake throughout Africa and places it on the list of Africa's deadliest creatures. As with other snakes, mambas typically avoid human contact, but when cornered, they are very then willing to stand their ground in battle. Number 5. Eastern Brown. Eastern browns may be found throughout over Australia, with the exception of thick woodlands, because their main target is the common house mouse. They are most frequent near farms. This venomous snake has a slender look and grows to a length of 4.9 to 6.6 feet on average. The eastern brown is generally brown in color, however, some snakes can be blackish in appearance. Sharp fangs, dark tongue, and glossy black eyes distinguish eastern browns. They are also solitary creatures who prefer to be active during the day. Because the snake does not generally deliver a large volume of venom with each bite, bites from this snake have a low fatality rate, just 10 to 20%. Coagulation of the blood, a rapid reduction in blood pressure, excessive bleeding, and heart failure are all early signs of an eastern brown snake bite. Kidney failure, severe nausea, and vomiting or headaches are among the other symptoms. Number 4. Russell's Viper. The Russell's Viper is considered one of Asia's deadliest snakes. This species has a wide distribution, ranging from western India to eastern China. This viper is accountable for more severe bites than any other species in various nations. Russell's vipers have a unique pattern that allows them to be easily identified. They hiss quite loudly if they feel threatened. If hissing follows, they will bite without hesitation. The venom of these snakes is very poisonous, and they produce a lot of it. They deliver a lot of venom when they bite, making them one of the most lethal snakes. A Russell's Viper is thought to have enough venom to kill 150,000 mice. They love to eat rats and mice. Their venom kills rodents in seconds with its hemotoxins. Number 3. Olive brown sea snake. The olive brown sea snake is the most common sea snake mostly on northern Australian coast, growing up to 12 feet long and capable of spending 2 hours underwater before needing to emerge for a breath. This snake may be found as deep as 230 feet, although it favors shallow coral flats where it feeds on fish, crabs, and prawns. It possesses a paddle tail, like other sea snakes, that helps it swim, but the olive brown's tail also includes light-sensitive photoreceptors, which are considered to assist the snake hide from predators. Unlike rattlesnakes and other vipers, whose venom is predominantly hemotoxin, the venom of sea snakes is primarily neurotoxic. Even when antivenom is available, a bite can induce major systemic failures, like paralysis and respiratory collapse, making poisonings difficult to cure. Because the snake prefers to eat the same night-feeding fish that bottom trawlers do, it poses a risk to fishermen pulling nets. Number 2. Inland Taipan. The inland taipan is nicknamed as the Furious Snake because it is often considered as the world's most poisonous snake. Its paralyzing venom, taipoxin, is a mixture of neurotoxins, procoagulants, and myotoxins that induces bleeding in blood vessels and muscle tissue, as well as inhibiting respiration. Its bite is fatal in more than 80% of instances when left untreated, and it may kill a human in less than an hour. The inland taipan is without a doubt the deadliest snake for humans and one of the deadliest creatures on the globe. Number 1. Timber rattlesnake. The timber rattlesnake is the only rattler species in the populated northeastern United States, and it ranges from eastern North America almost as far west as Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. It is classified endangered or threatened throughout much of that region. Timber rattlers are primarily known in forests and prey on rodents, insects, birds, and amphibians. They are known to hunt during the day in the spring and fall, then transition to nocturnal hunts in the summer. The snake's venom is very poisonous and complicated, and it has large fangs and a high venom output, making it one of America's most dangerous serpents. Timber rattlers, on the other hand, are cautious and anxious creatures who seek cover quickly if they are seen out in the wild. The species may rattle and feign extensively before striking, but if provoked, it will maintain its ground. Have you ever encountered any of these? If yes, do let us know the story in the comments down below. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, click one of the videos on screen, or go to the channel to watch other fascinating videos we've created. Thank you for viewing, and I hope to see you again soon.